how much the love and support of all of you, their friends and family, mean to them. Being surrounded by positivity and encouragement from those near and dear to this couple has helped to foster their love and allows them to begin their marriage here today in an atmosphere of comfort and warmth. Hallie will now read a passage from Dante's Inferno about the importance of surrounding yourself with love and possibility.
The love of God, unutterable and perfect, flows into a pure soul the way that light rushes into a transparent object. The more love that it finds, the more it gives itself, so that as we grow clear and open, the more complete the joy of loving is. And the more souls who resonate together, the greater the intensity of their love, for, mirror-like, each soul reflects the others.
We would also like to acknowledge the location of where we are today. It is rich with history and natural beauty, two things that have brought Evan and Jessica together in mutual appreciation. So Greta will now do a reading, will read a passage about a connection between nature and love.
The sun shines not on us, but in us. The rivers flow not past, but through us. Thrilling, tingling, vibrating, every fiber and cell of the substance of our bodies, making them glide and sing. The trees wave and the flowers bloom in our bodies as well as our souls, and every bird song, wind song, and tremendous storm song of the rocks in the heart of the mountains is our song, our very own, and sings our love.
Finally, Jessica and Evan want to recognize the significance of why we are all here today, to celebrate a marriage. So Mike will now read a passage from the bride's favorite court decision regarding marriage.
I'm nervous for that. Sorry. Marriage is a coming together for better or worse, hopefully enduring and intimate to the degree of being sacred. It is an association that promotes a way of life, not causes. A harmony in living, not political faiths. A bilateral loyalty, not commercial or social projects. Yet, it is an association for as noble a purpose as any. Marriage is one of the basic civil rights of man, fundamental to our very existence and survival. No union is more profound than marriage, for it embodies the highest ideals of love, fidelity, devotion, sacrifice, and family. In forming a marital union, two people become something greater than once they were. Marriage embodies a love that may endure even past death. Because it fulfills yearnings for security, safe haven, and connection that express our common humanity. Marriage is an esteemed institution, and the decision whether and whom to marry is among life's momentous acts of self-definition.
When Jessica and Evan asked me to officiate their wedding, I thought to myself, wow, they're not just being polite. They really do like me. And as bizarre as that might sound, I have a tendency to really overthink things. But what I love about Jess is that she's always willing to listen and to help. And what I adore about Evan is his subtle suggestions and offerings to ensure that I always feel welcome and secure. Separately, these are two truly spectacular human beings, but together, they make Jevin. And Jevin's my favorite. The intergalactic magic that happens when these two are together is something truly unique and rare. I consider myself very fortunate to be a friend of Jessica and Evan, so when they asked me to make their marriage legal and official, I didn't know what to say. What kind of words could I use to encapsulate something as pure as what I had seen between them? So I asked the universe for inspiration. I got quiet with my thoughts and I closed my eyes, and clear as day, the word appeared. Organic. And to be honest, I was disappointed. I was like, organic, like produce, I want something more like woke, more beautiful. And so I decided to take another route and think about what it was like to meet each one of them. And meeting Evan was a really weird experience. My then boyfriend, now husband, told me that our good friend Rich was coming to visit from Oneonta, and I was like, great, love Rich, sure his friends will be really cool. And the next thing I know, I hear music blaring. I step out into the living room, and there's this white guy with a huge fro, seemingly Hispanic last name, who had trouble with his legs as he moved like this. And I was like, who the heck is wearing my peacoat? And before I could ask him, red peacoat. That's right. And before I could ask him, Evan turned around and with the biggest eyes I'd ever seen went, "Hey, buddy, like my coat?" And I was like, whoa, this guy is a weirdo. But there's something about him that I like. Something about him is wild, yet welcoming. And we spent the rest of the night dancing as if we had been friends for years. Since then, I've come to know Evan as the dad in our group. The one always making sure that everyone's fed and refreshing your drink with one hand and holding Jessica's bathing suit in the other hand, just in case she wants to go swimming. Yeah, the sunscreen too. Jess, on the other hand, I don't remember having such a defining moment meeting her. It was like I just walked into her house on a 4th of July for a party at her house, and she welcomed me as if we'd known each other for years. Jess wasn't as loud and as wild as Evan, but what I came to learn about her is she has a secret firework inside at all times, and she'll let it off when she sees fit. And this is something I really admire about how Jess carries herself. And I think Jess at the party saw how chronically awkward I am and just intuitively took me under her wing. And I think if I were to ask Jess about this, she wouldn't even remember it because it comes so natural to her to be so nurturing and kind, but it meant a lot to me that day. She brought me outside and showed me how to play an Oneonta classic called Stump. And for those of you unfamiliar, Stump is a game where you hold a drink in one hand, a hammer in the other, and you flip the hammer as fast as you can and swoop down and hit a nail into a stump. And it's a lot safer than it sounds. So as I'm at this party and I feel my anxiety start to slip away, this small horse came my way, and I was like, ah, what is that? Thinking he was totally going to take me down. And their friend turned to me and they're like, oh, that's Munson, Evan and Jess's dog. Say that again? Evan and Jess have a dog? Like, they adopted a living thing together? This was the most grown-up thing I had ever heard. And I asked, well, where's the dog living if Evan lives upstate and Jess lives in Kings Park? And they told me that actually Evan had moved into the McGovern's basement apartment to be with Jess. And I was just thinking, like, we just graduated college. What's going on here? This is very fast and very mature. And I just asked the friend, I remember I said, well, how did they get jobs and, make all this work? And, because I overthink things. And I remember the friend really calmly and coolly turned to me and said, Evan wants to be with Jess, and the rest will work itself out. And that was the first time I really felt the power of Jevin. They moved in together the first chance they got. They adopted a dog together, and with audacious honesty, started their little family. I even saw vacation pictures of the McGoverns where Evan is there, and he's like by Jess's side like a relentless transplant. And I just thought to myself, like, oh my gosh, this guy is all in. All he wants to do is be by her side. The bond that I've seen between them over these last few years is something as if it was almost created before time itself, and it's going to go on forever because they're ferociously dedicated to one another. And as I was thinking and trying to think about what am I going to say today, I had this image of an acorn dropping into the ground and digging its winding roots deep into the earth and growing into a mighty oak tree that just lived silently and steadfastly for longer than my brain can even comprehend. The two of them share an insatiable love and desire to do all things that life has to offer, but together. And the bond that they share is just totally and completely organic. When this word hit me, like a small horse, during my reflection of who Jessica and Evan really are, I knew that the officiating of this marriage would be a truly sacred formalization of something that was done a long time ago. Together is where they're meant to be, and the rest will work itself out. And I'm honored to stand here amongst you and amongst your love in the legal unification of Jessica and Evan. You have been, are, and forever will be Jevin. So now it's your turn to do your vows.
Okay.
So repeat after me. I, Evan Marino,
I, Evan Moreno,
take you, Jessica McGovern,
take you, Jessica McGovern,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
I promise to be true to you
I promise to be true to you
in good times and in bad,
in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you
I will love and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
I, Jessica McGovern,
I, Jessica McGovern,
take you, Evan Marino,
take you, Evan Marino,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you
I promise to be true to you
in good times and in bad,
in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you
I will love and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
And now we'll exchange the rings. So you're gonna put first. Notes. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love. What? Oh,
As a symbol of my love for you
as a symbol of my love for you
and a reminder of the vows
and a reminder of the vows
we have spoken today,
we spoke today.
our wedding day. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love
as a symbol of my love
for you
for you
and a reminder of the vows
and a reminder of the vows
we have spoken today,
we have spoken today,
our wedding day.
our wedding day.
And I now pronounce you husband and
Step closer. One step closer. I've died every day. you, I don't love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a name or two. Love can make it down. Please don't make it up. Was made for me and you. Say love was made for me and you. Say love was made for me and you.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Matt Marino. I am Evan's younger brother. I want to sincerely thank each and every one of you for coming here tonight to celebrate the love of these two amazing human beings.
You're welcome.
Jessica and Evan. I also want to thank you, Evan, for choosing me to be a part of your wedding. It truly is an honor, and it means the world to me. There comes a time in your life when you meet your soulmate, your one true love, the one person you're going to love and cherish for the rest of your life. Well, for my brother, that was 23 years ago, on August 6, 1995, when he first met me. Actually, I wish that was me. That person is really you, Jess. You really are his soulmate. I say that because of the way he smiles when he's with you, and the way his eyes light up when he talks about you. Since my brother has met you, he truly is the happiest I've ever seen him. And I'll be forever grateful. Most brothers wait a lifetime for a speech at their brother's wedding to get payback for all the torture endured as a child. But in my case, I do not have a single bad thing to say about Evan. I think I can speak for my sister and I in saying Evan was and is the best big brother in the universe. Although I do have a ton of embarrassing stories I can share, but I was given strict instruction to save them for another time. So if you are interested, please see me later. You're welcome, Mom. Growing up, Evan always made sure that me and my sister were thoroughly entertained, usually by making us laugh until our stomachs hurt and until tears were coming down our eyes. Evan always made time to play with us, always had our backs, and always gave us a shoulder to cry on when we needed one.
It's okay.
I always wanted to be just like you, and I can say I'll never regret that. They say brothers are like streetlights along the road. They don't make the distance any shorter, but they light up the path and make the walk worthwhile. So thank you for always being my light in the dark. Jess, I have to say, you look absolutely gorgeous tonight. That's a fact, it's a fact.
I can't tell you how happy I am my brother married such a smart, loving, and caring woman like you. And did I mention she can out-party everybody here? You really are the ultimate package. My brother is honestly very lucky. You are the coolest woman I have ever met and come from such an amazing family.
We aight.
I'm more than happy to call you my sister. I would like to finish this with a quote, so if everybody could please raise their glass. It reminds me of Evan and Jess. We're all a little weird. We're all a little weird, and life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, we join up with them and fall into mutually satisfying weirdness. And we call it love. True love. Cheers to Evan and Jess.
Hello everyone. I haven't exactly prepared anything yet, so just bear with me. I just want to give a quick congratulations to my sister and my new brother, Evan. Evan, I'll never forget the day that you told me, probably about 6 years ago now, that you were going to marry my sister. And I was 14 and it was weird then, but it's true now. When I first met you, you had an afro. Oh boy.
Stole my joke.
It's a fact, it's not a joke.
Really don't got much to say other than congratulations, guys, and I hope nothing but the best for you too.
Okay, so we're gonna go on and say the day that he asked my dad to marry my sister. So I had a kick line performance that night, and then this one calls my dad 5 minutes before I had to be there, needing help. And I missed my performance almost. And then the next day, he picked me up from practice, and I was like, why did you need my dad? And I already knew what was going on, and he was like, just need help with a Christmas present. So then I was like, are you sure about that? And then he changed the conversation to talk about his truck. Nothing new. And then I wrote down that he was going to propose to my sister that Christmas, and look at them. So, congratulations to my new brother and my sister. Woo!
Here we go. I'm a bad bitch. Let's do this.
It's fine, you got it.
Okay, so I've been thinking about making this speech since before you two were ever even engaged. And I'm not going to get through it without crying, I promise. So, okay. And that is because my sister Jessica has been my absolute hero since the day I was born. And I've never had the natural opportunity to tell her until now. Through everything I've done, all the toys I played with, the music I've listened to, the clothes I wore, The friends I've had, the careers I've chased, the successes I've endured, the boys I have loved, I have looked always towards you to see how to do it. And you have never led me wrong. You go through life with this unmatchable grace and resilience. And who a better match for such a classy woman than none other than Evan Marino. Evan, when I first met you, you had two 40-ounce beers duct taped to either hand. My sister smile brighter than anything else ever could. I always grew up thinking nobody would ever be good enough for my big sister until I met you. You are the perfect embodiment of a protector and a champion for my sister, and love her on a level deeper than I knew could ever exist for love. You make my family laugh. My stoic, prideful family laugh. My father laugh. Us through every birthday dinner, every holiday, every graduation, and let's face it, McGoverns love to tease people, and you've made that incredibly easy, and you've done it without ever questioning who you are or whether or not you belong. I'm not welcoming you into my family today because you have already been my family for the last 10 years. You are the big brother I've always wanted, and taught me what to expect from a truly honorable man. Jessica, as always, I am not at all surprised, but I am so incredibly proud of you that you found the type of love that lets you share a last name the way we have every day of our lives up until now. And while you may be a Marino now, you will always be my big sister, my hero, my best friend. Evan, thank you for being the perfect and only person I could ever trust to be my best friend's best friend.
Wow, that was emotional. Hooray! All right. What's up, y'all? Happy Evan and Jess's wedding. Give it up for everyone who just gave a speech before me. They were excellent. Very sad, but very excellent. The time has come for Evan to create an ex-girlfriend and gain a wife. Has everyone met Evan's ex-girlfriend, Jess? I feel very lucky today to be... I feel very lucky today to be able to give a best man speech to two of my best friends, both of whom I love with my whole heart and who are now finally married to each other. I was their third wheel for 3 straight years, and let me tell you, there has never been a tricycle more sturdy than ours. It seems like only yesterday that we were sneaking beers into our dorm rooms, slip-sliding down the cow path, and doing all other manner of shenanigans together. I could tell you all a wealth of stories about us walking home hammered for weeks on end, jumping into street signs and bushes, playing Mario Kart until our hands were raw, going to $1 a beer happy hour starting at 4 because you got free sandwiches and popcorn, watching Austin Powers 1, 2, and 3 until the DVDs broke, as well as many other highly fun things. But I won't tell you, I refuse for their family's sake. And now a brief story about their beginnings. When Evan met Jess, Evan was way more into Jess, at least from my perspective, than Jess was into him. It took a good bit of coaxing and hanging out to get Jess to realize just how dope of a dude Evan really is. See, I came back, it wasn't all bad. It was definitely hard to see past the enormous fro that we'd all come to know and love Evan for. And I'm sure Jess analyzed the hell out of him silently until she deduced that he was indeed fit to spend more time with. As some of you may know, Evan and I lived together for several years, one of which we shared our dorm room together. There were all manner of pranks and goofs we pulled on one another in our 6-person suite. I also managed to kick him off the drums in his own band and move into bass. And he still wanted to be friends with me and hang out with me. That proves how good of a friend he really is. However, one thing that really sticks out in my mind was my inability to sleep for roughly a year straight. The reason I wasn't able to sleep is due to Evan's chainsaw, grizzly bear-like snoring every single night. Which, unbelievably, Jess has claimed is not the truth. Which I guess is why they are perfect for each other. She is deaf to his clogged leaf blower-like breathing at night. Good for them. It's just not true. Fast forward to today, they are now the most difficult couple to get a meal with. One is lactose intolerant and the other is gluten-free. It seems like some cruel joke that after all the pizza and pasta we used to eat, and the fact that Evan has a pizza tattoo that Jess bought for him on his body. Jess is one of the most genuine and best people I know. I told her semi-recently that I would 100% vote for her if she ran for president, and I still stand by that. She was always willing to give anyone a chance, and she helped me to remind me of the kindness that I should show people. She helped point out when I wasn't acting like myself, and helped get me back to who I should be by being a very amazing and honest friend. She's always looking for the good in people. If I ever say something like, that person's annoying or that person sucks, she'll ask me why I said that and pick apart how I didn't give that person a chance or how I could have misread a situation. And she helped to redefine how I feel about people and situations like I never had before. Knowing Jess makes me a better person. Evan. Evan is by far one of the most over-prepared, over-qualified, over-outfitted gear queers I have ever met. He's also relatively psychotic at times, losing his mind behind the wheel of his car, screaming nonsense until everyone in the car is losing it laughing. Whether it's nervous laughter or genuine laughter, I couldn't tell you, but I love it all the same. He's so good about taking all of his city slicker friends out camping and literally supplying us with every single item we need to rough it for a few nights in the woods. We all own nothing. Evan is also one of the most genuine, one of the most genuine, loving people I have ever met. I remember thinking, I can't wait for this dude to meet my friends from home. They're absolutely gonna love him. And they're all here. And sure enough, he moved to my hometown of Northport, bought a house there, and stole all my friends. I knew it was too good to be true. We also made him an honorary Northport High School graduate, complete with a diploma signed by all of us to prove that he is indeed from Northport. There are a million things I could say about Evan and Jess, most of which are inappropriate, but all of which are awesome reasons why I love these two. Where am I? But all everyone needs to know is that I love you, Evan, and I love you, Jess, and I will forever be your third wheel, no matter how many other wheels are around. I love you guys, and I'm so happy for you. Cheers to Evan and Jess. May you live a long, happy, hilarious, and silly life together.
Good job.
isn't the same. When this world kicked me around, baby, you picked me up off the ground. If you need me back, I'll be there.
Come on, the other way. Come on, sing with us.
Tell me someone ain't got no heart. Well, you can never tell the sunny side of the street is down. Well, you can never tell. And maybe it's past the midnight in the dark of the moon beside. Maybe the dark is on your eyes. Maybe the dark is from your eyes. Maybe the dark is from your eyes.
Estudié en